Welcome to Eastern and Western Classical Wisdom Essence, where ancient knowledge meets modern curiosity. We explore timeless wisdom from both Eastern and Western philosophies, history, and cultural traditions, bringing you insightful discussions and fascinating discoveries. Join us as we unlock the secrets of the past to inspire the present and shape the future.
Exploring Feng Shui, Part 4, Dragon Veins. The land of China where our nation thrives and prospers is a land of Feng Shui treasures. Over the course of 5,000 years, amidst the changing dynasties and tumultuous times, it has nurtured the splendid and glorious civilization of China. According to legend, the family that finds a dragon vein and discovers the dragon cave on it can rule the world. But what exactly is a dragon vein? In Comprehensive Treatise on Geography and Mountain Laws, it says, "What is a dragon? It is the pulse of the mountain. The soil is the flesh of the dragon, the stone is the bone of the dragon, and the grass is the hair of the dragon." However, not all mountain ranges can be called dragon veins. The mountain where the dragon vein is located must have a beginning and an end, roots and sources, and internal vitality running through it. Such a mountain range shows a continuous undulation and vibrant vitality in its appearance. Of course, it is not easy to identify dragon veins, and it requires long-term cultivation, hence the saying, "It is easy to recognize mountains, but difficult to recognize veins." The Chinese idiom, the ins and outs, also comes from Feng Shui. Even Chinese people who do not understand Feng Shui have heard of this term to some extent. It is widely recognized in the Feng Shui community that all of the dragon veins on the Chinese mainland originate from the Kunlun Mountains. The Kunlun Mountains are known as the ancestor of all mountains, and the origin of all dragon veins. In the Western Mountains, chapter of the Shanhai Jing, it is said to be the capital city of the emperor, with veins stretching out in all directions, including 8 major dragons. Among them, 3 major dragon veins in today's China are called: 1. The Northern Dragon, covers a vast area north of the Yellow River. 2. The Middle Dragon, covers an area south of the Yellow River but north of the Yangtze River. 3. The Southern Dragon, covers a vast area south of the Yangtze River. These 3 major dragon veins generally originate from the northwest and extend to the southeast, creating the Northwest High and Southeast Low terrain of China. The land of China is divided into 3 main regions by the 4 major water bodies of the South China Sea: Yangtze River, Yellow River, and Yalu River. The mountain ranges in these 3 regions are known as the 3 major Ganlong dragon veins. The primary veins of these 3 dragons give rise to secondary veins, which in turn give rise to tertiary veins, much like the blood vessels and meridians in the human body, spread all over the land of China. Northern Main Dragon, the Qi of the North Dragon, originates from the Chilean Mountains and passes through northern regions such as Qinghai, Gansu, Shaanxi, Hebei, and the 3 northeastern provinces along the Yellow River before extending to the Korean Peninsula. In fact, the North Dragon should not end at the Korean Peninsula, as it connects to the Baekdu Mountain in Korea. This means that the dragon vein of Korea originates from the Baekdu Mountain, but it does not stop there. It hides under the sea and finally connects to the Japanese archipelago. Cities such as Beijing and Tianjin are located on the North Dragon. Central Main Dragon, the Qi of the Central Dragon, begins at Mount Animaking and passes through the region between the Yellow River and the Yangtze River, including Sichuan, Shaanxi, Hebei, Hubei, Anhui, and Shandong, and ends at Bohai Sea. Xi'an, Luoyang, Jinan, and other cities are all gathering places of the Central Dragon energy. The Southern Main Dragon Vein, also known as the Nanganlong, originates from the Hozil Mountains and the Tenasserim Range. It passes through the southern part of China and ends in the South China Sea. This dragon vein passes through many provinces and regions, including Yunnan, Guizhou, Guangxi, Hunan, Jiangxi, Fujian, Zhejiang, Jiangsu, and other southern regions. Cities like Hong Kong, Guangzhou, Fuzhou, Nanjing, and Shanghai are all within the range of the southern dragon vein. There is no clear record in history about the direction of other branches of the dragon veins, which were believed to originate from Kunlun Mountain by ancient people. Some scholars have studied and speculated the direction of two other branches, one in the northwest and one in the northeast. But it is unclear whether their findings are true or not. Nonetheless, here are their hypotheses for readers' reference. The dragon of the northwest. The Qi of Kunlun Mountain first gave birth to the Tian Shan Mountains in Xinjiang in the north. From the Tian Shan Mountains to the northwest, the Muzdagata and Kongur Taf were born. The two Qi entered Tajikistan and gave birth to the Communism Peak and Lenin Peak named by the former Soviet Union. Then, through the Alai Mountains, the Kyrgyzstan Mountains were born, and then the Chuili Mountains. After spreading to Kazakhstan and Turkmenistan, it formed the Greater Caucasus Mountains. This mountain range Qi enters Romania and gives birth to the Carpathian Mountains, which in turn gives birth to the Alps spanning France, Switzerland, and Austria, and then spreads to various countries in Europe until it reaches Spain through England, where the dragon Qi finally stops. The dragon in the northeast. To the northeast of Tian Shan Mountain, it first gave birth to the Baitashan Mountain and the Altai Mountains in Mongolia. From this mountain range, the Qi gave birth to the Khan-Kokyai Mountains and the Kongai Mountains. After entering the Soviet Union, or Russia, it gave birth to the Tanuola Mountains and the Sayan Mountains. This Qi passed through Ulaanbaatar and gave birth to the Yablanovi Mountains, then the Stanovoy Mountains, the Verkhoyansk Mountains, and the Shersky Mountains. After passing through the Bering Strait, it gave birth to the Alaska Range in the United States, and then the Coast Mountains and the Rocky Mountains in Canada. It continued to extend to Mexico, giving birth to the Sierra Madre Occidental, and then to South America, covering all the major mountain ranges on the continent. Speaking of the dragon veins of China, we need to clarify two questions. Why is Kunlun Mountain the ancestor mountain of all dragon veins? And why are the veins formed by mountains called dragon veins, instead of phoenix veins or other types of veins? I don't know if anyone has ever thought about these two questions, but from ancient times to the present, no one has publicly explained the reasons. If you look through those ancient books related to Feng Shui, they all beat around the bush and do not directly explain it. The Tao school in China believes that the universe is a large human body. This universe was opened up by Pengu, so the 150 billion light-year universe that our current technology can detect is called Pengu. According to the theory of the Tao school, we can imagine that the Milky Way is a molecule in the Pengu universe, the solar system is a small cell in Pengu, and the Earth is a tiny cell in the solar system. And the human body is a small universe. When we cultivate, there is a function called internal vision, which allows us to see the inside of our body. You can see your body growing and expanding until it reaches the size of the Earth, then the Milky Way, and finally to the 150 billion light-year universe. Of course, this transformation happens in a different space and not in the space where humans reside. You will find that your body has layers of cells, molecules, atoms, and so on. You will see the actual situation of the meridians in the sky. You will find that there are mountains, water, and people in your body. As you continue to cultivate, you will also discover various kinds of life forms in your body. Therefore, the universe is a large human body, and the human body is a small universe. The theory of the Tao school explains this very clearly. When you start practicing, you can see everything without so much verbosity. This is the characteristic of Chinese culture. During cultivation, various life forms such as yuanying, a mortal infant, and cultivated infants may appear. You will also discover that there are gods in your internal organs and acupoints, and that there are main and assistant primordial spirits in humans. So, are there gods in your meridians? Yes, the cultivation of meridians also manifests as gods. Some people may discover that they have cultivated a dragon inside their body during cultivation, and gradually more dragons appear. They believe that the manifestation of dragon-shaped life is the manifestation of the meridians. Note, this may be a limited personal understanding. At the beginning, it may be a small dragon, but as your level of cultivation and energy increase, you will find that the small dragon will become bigger and bigger, becoming a big dragon. As you cultivate more meridians, more dragons will be cultivated in your body, with various colors such as blue, white, yellow, and many more. They are very beautiful. In the process of cultivation, a dragon-shaped meridian is formed in the human body, which is why it is called dragon meridian. According to the principle of the unity of heaven, earth and man, the earth is also a living entity, similar to the concept of a human body, with meridians and acupoints on it. Therefore, the meridians on the earth are also called dragon meridians. This is the origin of the dragon meridian, which is not known to those who have not truly entered into cultivation. Once the previous question is explained, it is easy to understand why Kunlun Mountain is the ancestral mountain of all dragon veins as the ancestor of 10,000 mountains. Similarly, the universe is like a human body, and each galaxy and planet is like a tiny particle within it. Earth is also one such particle. If the universe is a giant human body, does it have its own meridian system? Yes, it does. The universe also has a meridian system that operates in a cycle, and Kunlun Mountain on Earth is one of the points where the universal meridian system operates. The energy of the universe flows through this meridian system, and through Kunlun Mountain, it circulates throughout all of the mountains and meridian points on Earth. Therefore, Kunlun Mountain is the ancestral mountain of all dragon veins, and this is how it came to be. In Chinese mythology, Kunlun Mountain is the residence of gods and can be used as a pathway to heaven. This is indeed true, but not in the way that humans understand it. Using modern concepts and ways of thinking, Kunlun Mountain corresponds to another space, which is not just one layer but has many layers. One layer of this other space that corresponds to Kunlun Mountain is the heavenly palace that people know about, similar to the concept of the capital city of Cheng'an in the Tang Dynasty or Washington, D.C., in the United States. In ancient times, people had high moral standards and therefore naturally exhibited many supernatural abilities. That is to say, their divine functions were strong, and they could easily penetrate the space barriers and travel between heaven and earth. Later, as morality declined, people could only return to their innate nature through cultivation in order to bring out their innate abilities and break through space barriers to enter another time and space. The concept of time and space is quite complex, and here only the concept of another time and space existing simultaneously and in the same location is used to illustrate it, and there are other situations as well.